Which of the following is an equivalent form of the equation of the graph shown in the xy plane above, from which the coordinates of vertex A can be identified as constants in the equation? So there's a lot to unpack here. So we have an equation that's been made into a graph right here. And the question is asking for an equivalent form of that graph. So remember, this is a parabola, so this is a quadratic equation, and we can write quadratic equations in three different ways. One of them is intercept form, second way is in standard form, and third but not least is the vertex form. And when you look at the answer choices, it appears as though we have intercept, intercept. This is a mix of stuff that's kind of weird looking. And this one over here, D, is our vertex form. So let's just try to use our knowledge and try to come up with an equation. So we know that this graph is crossing the x-axis at -3, and it is also crossing at +5. So working backwards, we can write the intercept form of it, and that would be x plus 3. Remember, you always change the sign. Since this is a -3, it must have come from x plus 3. Since this is a +5, it must have come from x minus 5. So is this an answer choice? Yes, and you can see that this is choice A. However, you want to be careful because the question was saying the coordinates of vertex A can be identified as constants in the equation. The only form that gives you the vertex as constants is the vertex form. So then we have to take this equation and write it in vertex form. So that means we're going to have to convert this into vertex form. Thankfully, we've already learned how to write equations from intercept form to vertex form. Let's actually just go ahead and count how many places are there between -5 and 3. Those are 8 spaces in here. So we know 4 spaces is going to be the x value of the vertex. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We now have the x value of the vertex as +1. So we can say for the vertex, the x value is 1. To find the corresponding y value of that vertex, we need to take this 1 and plug it back into this, here and here. So we'll end up with 1 plus 3, which is 4, and 1 minus 5, which is -4. And when you multiply these together, you find that the corresponding y value is -16. So we have the full vertex as 1, -16. Now with that, we can write the equation as y equals x minus 1. Remember, you always change the sign of that vertex, squared minus 16, and you always keep the y value the same. And that's the answer, which makes D the correct answer to this question.